Imagine hiking a scenic trail that winds its way through the Great Smoky Mountains and the Blue Ridge of North Carolina. A 1,000-mile trek that culminates 90 days later when you finally reach the Atlantic Ocean. A dog named Tennille accompanies you. You carry your supplies, and hers, and you're equipped with the best gear. And day after day, this is what you see.
I'm going to hike, and I'm going to do it just like anybody else. I'm going to choose my own routes. I'm going to stop where I want to stop. I'm going to go when I want to go, and this is it. This is totally my choice. This is my planning, my routes, my everything.
This is the story of the courageous and inspirational journey of blind hiker Trevor Thomas as he hikes the North Carolina Mountains to Sea Trail during the spring of 2013. Thorlo is a proud sponsor of this trek.
Hope everybody follows us. I hope you guys enjoy the trek, and have good thoughts for safe passage. And as always, trek far, safe hiking.
Let's go, baby.
A self-described adrenaline junkie, Trevor always loved high-risk sports like extreme mountain biking and skydiving.
About 8 years ago, my life was dramatically changed. In 2005, I was pretty much living on top of the world. I was just graduated from law school, had a promising career ahead of me, and I had everything that I wanted. I was into extreme sports. My passions were racing Porsches, skydiving, backcountry skiing, downhill mountain biking, pretty much anything that would give an adrenaline junkie the proverbial rush that we're looking for. And in one fell instant, one afternoon going to Vision Works, thinking that maybe I needed some glasses, spent too much time in the library, or possibly maybe even contacts of that new LASIK surgery, my life was changed forever.
After a period of soul-searching and coming to grips with the loss of his sight, Trevor emerged with a new vision.
Never met a blind person before. Knew nothing about blindness. So it was kind of ironic that I was the first blind person that I ever met. And ironic that the second blind person I ever met changed my life forever. He's now a friend of mine. We're going to do a project this summer together. He climbed Everest, and we were so much alike when I met him at a speech that he gave. He said, "What's your problem? Go out and do it." And once I was given that green light and had somebody who was blind that I could identify with, I decided sky's the limit. So I took up hiking.
By taking on some of the most challenging hikes in America, he could demonstrate the extraordinary abilities of people who live with blindness and demonstrate to them and to himself that loss of sight does not mean loss of potential. He soon put his new vision to the test. Although he fell literally thousands of times along the way, suffering cracked ribs, lacerations, and stress fractures in his foot. Incredibly, in 2008, Thomas became the first blind person to complete a solo through hike of the 2,180-mile Appalachian Trail. Then in 2010, he and Team Farsight, a group of fellow hikers, completed the 2,650-mile Pacific Crest Trail. Since then, he has done other shorter but no less challenging hikes, and his will to hike has never wavered, which brings him now to the challenge of the Mountain to Sea Trail. This hike is different from the others. It's the first time he's hiked with the extra responsibility of a guide dog, and Trevor does not yet know how Tennille will hold up on a hike of this magnitude. And while he'll be accompanied by a well-trained and capable canine companion, this time his quest is really more solo in nature than past hikes, as it is both unsupported and self-navigated. Join Thorlo as we follow Trevor Thomas and his guide dog Tennille during the 3 months of his trek on the Mountain to Sea Trail. Starting in the snows of early spring And ending on the beach in the warmth of the early summer, Trevor Thomas's Mountains to Sea trail hike is the adventure of a lifetime. But more importantly, it's the story of a man who refuses to be held back by his limitations. It's the story of the realization of the potential that all of us have within us, but few of us ever find. Let it capture your imagination as it has ours.